back to Cheryl K's Cooking Diaries. This evening we're going to be making some garlic ranch, pork chops, and potatoes. This is all going to be in one dish. So let me show you everything that goes into this. So give me just a minute. Here we go. Alright, first of all, you're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. My 13 by 9 dish is what I'm going to use. But you can use whatever you want. You can use a cookie sheet for this too. Put you some parchment in there if you want to. You're going to want to spray your cooking dish down with your cooking spray first. You're going to need 4 to 5 center cut pork chops. I have some of the pork chops. Just a second, guys. I've had them in the refrigerator because I didn't want to leave them lay out while I was prepping some things. But you're going to need anywhere between 4 and 5. You can use the assorted or whatever kind you want. But I've trimmed off the fat of these. So I have 5 in there. So anyway, you're going to need about that many. You're going to need about 2.5 pounds of the red potatoes. I've cut these up. I've had them sitting in water so they won't turn brown on me. I've left some of the peel on some of them and some of the peel I've taken off. That's because I had some bad spots on some of them. So that's why they're done that way. But you can do it either way. You can peel them all if you want to. A 1 ounce pack of the ranch seasoning mix. Now, I don't have the packets. I don't buy them that way anymore. It's cheaper to buy it this way. But that is what you're going to need. Now, how you're going to do this is, with this, for the 1 ounce ranch seasoning mix, you are going to add 1 tablespoon. So 1 ounce equals 1 tablespoon of the ranch seasoning mix. And then after that, you're going to need 3 tablespoons of canola, or whatever oil you prefer. You're going to need, you can use garlic cloves, you can use minced garlic, however you want to do this. So if you're using garlic cloves, you need about 3 garlic cloves, y'all. But I've got garlic cloves, but I'm not going to use them today. I'm going to use some of the minced garlic. It's a little bit easier for me. 3 garlic cloves equal 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. And I'm sorry, I need to make a correction here, guys. On the ranch, it's not 1 tablespoon. 1 ounce equals 2 tablespoons of the ranch dressing. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought something didn't sound right about that when I was telling you all that. So I thought, what? Wait a minute here. Something ain't right. So anyway, that's what you need. You need 2 tablespoons of the ranch seasoning mix. And then with the garlic, if you're using the cloves and you want to use the minced garlic, then you need to add in 1 tablespoon of the minced garlic. Make sure I got that right. I'm sorry, guys. All right, you're going to need 1 teaspoon of just dried parsley. These are the parsley flakes. You're going to need, you can use about 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper, but I'm not really going to measure this out. I'm just going to use what we like. So that is it, and that's all you're going to need that goes into this recipe. It's really, really easy to do. First of all, I've got my potatoes over here. I don't know if y'all can see them, but I got them over here strained in my strainer. But first thing you need to do, though, is make up this our seasoning mix. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this little bowl here, and we're going to add the ranch seasoning mix. So what I said earlier is the 1 ounce equals 2 tablespoons of this. So I'm just going to dip this in here. Of course, that's too much, but all I'm going to do with this, guys, I'm just going to level this off. Whoops, if I can. I think I'm going to get more on the counter than more in the bottle. All right, there's 1. All right, so let's get 1 more tablespoon of this. So you need 2 tablespoons of the ranch seasoning mix or the 1 ounce package. All right, so there's our ranch. And if you want any more, need any more, y'all, you can always add your little more, make up another little batch or whatever you want if you want more ranch. So, next are 3 tablespoons of canola in with our ranch. Try not to do this too quick because this comes out pretty fast. All right, there's 1. There's 2. And here is 3. So 3 tablespoons of canola oil into your ranch mix. Sometimes, guys, I like to repeat what I'm putting in. It's very helpful to do that. So just make sure I've got everything where it's supposed to, or got everything in whatever I'm making. Make sure it's all there. I'm going to use the minced garlic, but I'm going to use 1 tablespoon, which equals 3 garlic cloves. All right. So 1 tablespoon. Once again. All right, and I got rid of my knife, so now I've got to get another one. But as y'all know, I dirty up 500 utensils when I cook. All right, there's 1 tablespoon of the garlic, teaspoon of the parsley flakes, and after that, we're going to add some black pepper. Now, here's where I told y'all that I'm just going to add what I think we like. Okay, so you can add about 1/4 of a teaspoon if that's what you want to do, but I'm just going to add what I think we like. So what I'm going to do is take my whisk, and what we're going to do here, let me move this over here. Maybe y'all might be able to see a little bit. I'm going to take my whisk, and I'm just going to blend all this together really well. So just mix, mix, mix. That's all you got to do with this. If you can get that wrench, make sure you get that wrench in there good, guys. That powder. And I kind of just turn my bowl around like this and do it. But I may need to go over to my rubber spatula because that garlic is kind of wanting to stick in there a little bit. So, let's take that out. And let's just use this rubber spatula. I think that would work better. That way I know I've got all my stuff off the bottom. This is going to go over, some of this is going to go over our potatoes. And then some of it's going to go over our pork chops. Now, like I told you a minute ago, if it looks like we're not going to have enough, I'll make up a little bit more ranch. I mean, that's not really a big deal. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and we're going to spray our cooking dish with cooking spray. Let me get it. Just spray it pretty good because you don't want, got parsley in my dish, you don't want your potatoes and stuff to stick. Because these potatoes, y'all, got to bake first. Right about 20 minutes. Now, what I like to do, if you've all seen me in my other videos, I think I have it, I just like to lightly wipe my oil all over my pan, make sure it's coated everywhere. Sometimes when you spray it, it don't get in certain little areas, so that's just something I like to do. All right, now we got our cooking dish is ready to go to put our potatoes in. So we'll need that in a minute. All right, so I'm going to get me a bowl, and we're going to take our potatoes that I have. And, you know, when I say 4 to 5, 2.5 pounds of potatoes, just do however many you like. And I may actually have, you know, too many in here. So, but anyway, what we're going to do right now is we're going to take this mix that we made up, y'all, and we are going to put some of this on our potatoes. So we're going to put, I don't know, maybe 1-2 tablespoons, something like that of this on here. And about 1 tablespoon. We might have to make more, because this may not be quite enough. Take your mixture and dump it on your potatoes. I'm going to dump 2 of them on there just in case, guys. So I dump more mixture. Like I said, we'll make it. It's not a big deal. All right, now take this mixture here. Stir this into your potatoes, but I'm going to use a tablespoon to try to get it down in there. And just toss them around, y'all, until you can get some of that mixture on your potatoes. But we might need a little bit more mixture because of our pork chops. But I think I've got these coated pretty good with the seasoning. This is what they look like when you get your mixture on there. Okay, that's about what they should look like. Right there. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do, since all of our potatoes are covered with our mixture, we are going to go ahead and take our baking dish and we're going to pour these in the baking dish, and we're going to let them cook for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to check them and see where they're at. So let's get our greased baking dish. And I'm going to toss these in here. Put your potatoes out. And that looks like it's going to be enough to do us. Lord, it's actually be more than enough, because my husband and I, Lord, it might take us 2 days to eat this once I get my pork chops and everything in here. Alrighty, y'all. I'm going to put this in the oven, and we're going to bake these on 400 degrees for 20 minutes. And then while the potatoes are in the oven, let's do this. With the pork chops, I didn't think that was going to be quite enough to go over them, because there wasn't a whole lot left, and I used pretty good 2 tablespoons of that for the potatoes. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this again, and then we're going to put this second mixture over our pork chops, okay? So we're just doing this again. So 2 tablespoons of the ranch. There's 1. And there's 2 of the, go ahead and add our parsley. So that's 1 teaspoon of this. So I'm just going to do, maybe not quite this time. I'm just going to barely get it up to the top, but not quite, for a teaspoon. Our black pepper, but we'll put whatever, we want of that in there. Because really, I just think seasoning and stuff like this is made to your taste, but that's just me. But I'm going to put the dry mix, or the dry in first. I think that's better first than to put the oil in. So when you make this, just put your dry ingredients in your bowl first, y'all. And then I'm going to whisk it together a little bit so it can all be combined. This is what I should have did to the first batch we made for the potatoes. And then we're going to add our Crisco canola. And it's 3 tablespoons. 2. And here is 3. So let's go ahead and get this mixed in. Let's try the whisk one more time. The dry in first, and it might just work better this way. And you know what, guys? That works so much better that way. You want it to be so where you can pour it out of your bowl and drizzle it over your pork chops. So really, to be honest, I wasn't happy with that the first time around, but that's okay. I'm not going to add the garlic, because I don't want it to thicken up on me, and that might be what thickened it up a whole lot. And we've got plenty of garlic in the potatoes, y'all. So let's just let's stick with what we got. And if we want to add a little garlic at the end, we can always do that. I've got garlic cloves. We can throw a couple garlic cloves in there. Not a big deal, but we don't want to, we don't kill it with garlic. But I like that consistency, and that's where I'm going to stick with that. So anyway, while the potatoes are in the oven baking, what we're going to do is we're going to get our pork chops out, and we're going to put these over them. Or we're going to put that over these. Hopefully I have enough, but remember, guys, I didn't add garlic to the second batch of that. So just try to remember that. Y'all, we're going to pour this mixture over our pork chops. That way these can kind of be marinating while the potatoes is baking. Lord, where'd chicken come from? Y'all's going to think I'm an absolute crazy woman. Okay, let's get that on there. It looked like it was a good amount for that, y'all. And like I said, we can always add a little bit of garlic on top of that if we want to. And it'd be no big deal, but that worked out great. So, let me get a spoon. That'd probably work better. Kind of put it over top of these like this. Might need to lift them up so some of this can get on the bottom too. So, pork chops. Without the garlic, that's what it's going to look like, guys. And I like that better. So, just take them and kind of flip them, and then we'll flip them back. That way some of this can get on the bottom. I might have should have doubled it, really, but we'll see how this does. You flip them over so if you can get on the bottom too. So we're good. We've got them. That looks right, guys. There they are, and I've got it all over, and it's on the bottom too. Just remember to flip these though. So we're going to put this plastic wrap, if I can get it back on there. We're going to put this back over these and put these back in the refrigerator. And we're going to let them marinate just a little bit while the potatoes are cooking. Guys. Okay, this out, and we're going to check these. I don't think they're completely, done. Potatoes around in your pan. Okay? Stir them around good. Because we may have put these in just for a few more minutes. I went ahead, guys. Instead of 20, I cooked these for 25. So, let's see where these are and see if they're getting about done. So, if you put a fork in them, guys, and they still feel firm-like, and they're not real soft, go ahead, put them back in the oven. But bake them for maybe an additional 5 to something like that and see how they are then, because really you don't want them to bake completely done, because we're going to be putting our pork chops with this, and the pork chops has got to cook back in for just a few minutes. I'll let you know exactly how long I kept them in there. And then I'm going to bring them back out, and then we'll go ahead and get our pork chops put in here and get this in the oven so we can have some dinner, and this is going to be good. I'll be back, guys. Okay, guys, I got the potatoes out. I had them in there for about 5 minutes. It did help some more. Some of them's getting pretty tender now, but not all of them. But when you put the pork chops in here, these is going to continue to bake on, and they will get done. So let's get the pork chops out that we've had. Go ahead, and what we're going to do first, though, you need to get your potatoes out of the way. So just kind of part them the best you can. Pork chops, and all I'm going to do, put garlic in here, guys, if you want to. Because if you remember, I did not do the garlic on the second batch that I made. And, sometimes, y'all, you'll find out with me, I change up recipes to suit myself. Sometimes you just got to. I mean, not everything, when you're doing it goes the way you want it to go, or you want something a little different added, or not as much, or, you know what I mean? So, let's see if we can get this in here. Because we've got 2 more, and I'm a little in here. Even if we have to put potatoes over them, that'd be alright too. Okay, there's another one. Alright. And these potatoes will still cook regardless. It doesn't matter where they're at. They're still going to cook, guys. Okay, we're going to try to let me get all this good stuff out of here. And this one. See if we can snuggle him. Might have to use your hand. Get him down in there. See, that potato's it's getting soft. A lot of them, they are getting that way, so they'll cook on too. A lot of them that's still a little firm, they'll go ahead and cook on up. Come on, get off there. Okay, guys, I think we're good. And what, rubber spatula, we're going to scrape the rest of this stuff out of this bowl. Because we want every bit of what we can get. We're just going to drizzle this on there, what's left in the bowl. I'm going to kind of rub this stuff over tops of this. And put the minced. These are peeled garlic. So stick some in here around the pan, just to give it a little bit extra flavor since we didn't add it. And put this in the oven, and we're going to bake it. And I'll show you here what I've got so far here before we bake it. So this is how I do mine, guys. And this is just a 1-pan dish for dinner. And if you want to, you just heat up some broccoli or corn or anything you want with it, guys. Oven. And when it gets done, I'll bring it out and I'll show y'all. And I'll let y'all know how long that I bake these for. So I will be back shortly. Okay, guys, I've got the pork chops and the potatoes out of the oven. Chops were thick. I don't know if y'all could see how thick they were when I was putting that stuff on, but they're really thick. So it took them right about 40 minutes to get done. So anyway, it looks good. My husband's already sampled one of them and he said it's delicious. So let me kind of show what it looks like up close. But I don't know if don't that look delicious. And the potatoes is good and done too, so that was the right amount of time. But the potatoes were already done a little bit before the pork chops were done. But look how good that looks. And that's our dinner tonight. I'm going to put some broccoli in the microwave. Have a fair... Let me get this out in the potato and I'll do a quick taste test and then I'll let y'all go. So here we go. I'm going to do this taste test. And we're going to taste this and see what it tastes like. See if it's good. Not enough. That's delicious. You're going to want to make this. But anyway, and if you don't mind, to go over to Cheryl K's Cooking Diaries on Facebook and like and share, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you don't mind, to go to YouTube and like and subscribe there as well. I appreciate it. So anyway, guys, listen. Y'all stay safe. And always remember to keep God in your heart and God in your life. Bye.